Almost all of the full-time traders, they can do the shift to the hedge fund industry, and because of that they can't raise the first 10 million for their own hedge fund. And what they are doing after that, they're giving up on their own dreams and they just continue of being a full-time trader or day-to-day trader. But in today's video, you will gain the exact path to your first 10 million as a hedge fund manager. So you will understand the roadmap to do the shift from a trader to hedge fund manager. You will understand what no one has already told you before and no one has already announced it about before. I have already done over 2,000 calls with hedge fund managers from different stages, $1 billion hedge funds, emerging hedge funds, full-time traders who wanted to shift and raise the first 10 million for their own hedge fund. And what you will gain today is what you need to actually understand now before later on, so you can save multiple several years and you can save your own hard-earned money. Now let's get into it. So what you need to understand, everything in the hedge fund industry, it comes to one main thing, the mindset shift. Most of the traders, they are holding on the same mindset that has already kept them to be at the same stage or at the same level. Okay, so here you can already see it, how the traders they are thinking. They think about performance, short, daily BNL. That's how it works, correct? But the hedge fund manager's mindset, it's completely different, okay? When you are a hedge fund manager, you will start to think and operate as a business owner. And when you will start to operate as a business owner, so you will understand how you can gain the trust, the credibility, the instructors, and you will start to gain the relationships from the capital market that you are seeking or that you need to gain in order to raise capital aggressively, massively, and constantly. So the main thing that you need to understand is the shift, the mindset shift that you need to do now before later on, so you can enter the global capital market. So how hedge fund managers they are operating, or how the hedge fund managers that they have already raised over $1 billion in management and they have already achieved the instinctual condition, how they are operating. They are operating by the following. They have an instructor, they have already built the instructor, they understand that every step that I will take, it has to be with calculated risk. And they understand that in order to keep onboarding new clients and in order to keep getting new capital from the capital market, then sales, it has to happen. But I can't be salesy on the call and I can't hold the frame on the instinctual capital or on the LBS, because that is not how you can close them. Okay, so what that's mean? They understand how they can build the relationships when they don't want the relationships, and that's exactly when you can do the ask. At the same time, they understand that they need to gain LB trust, and they gain LBA trust by having the positioning and by having the presentation and the instinctual touch when you will start to communicate or engage with them. You will directly feel the brands or the culture that they currently have or that they're currently holding on. And that's exactly what you need to do, because when you will let your own brand or your own culture to sell your own name or to sell your own strategy before you are doing the hard selling, that's exactly what branding and positioning is all about. So you need to gain, or you need to understand how you can get into this level. I will give you an example right here. When you will start to talk with someone who is into BlackRock or like Blackstone, when you communicate with them, you will directly feel that they are communicating in way better ways than most of the hedge fund managers or most of the operators in the financial industry, correct? That's exactly what you need to gain in the hedge fund industry. You need to gain the same exact touch with your own brand or with your own hedge fund. How you will do that? If you would like to understand more, you can send me a DM on Instagram and I would be happy to help. Right here, What you need also to understand is they have already built a global pipeline of relationships. So they understand that we will not only focus on the US market, but we will go into the global capital markets, which is MENA, European market, North America, Asia. So they will make sure to keep having new pipelines from these markets, okay, constantly. So you see the shift. Traders, they only think about the performance charts, daily PNL. Hedge fund manager, they think about the operation, correct? About the operation, about the whole thing, the whole main thing. The traders, they only think about the portfolio management. I haven't even mentioned to you the portfolio management thing, because when you have a hedge fund, the portfolio management is only 20% of the business, and the rest is delegation and operation. It's exactly what you need to understand. Now let's get into the next stage. Instructor setup, minimum viable hedge fund. What does mean? So right now, let's say that, all right, you want to start your own hedge fund. What you need to understand now before later on, so you can build your own hedge fund as fast as possible and with the most affordable price to do that. Let's say that, okay? So first of all, you need to understand that you need to do the legal and compliance. Okay, legal and compliance, it will actually cost you a bit to do that, but it's absolutely affordable if you are a full-time trader and you have already been profitable for the last couple of years. Okay, what you need to focus on, you will for sure have a track record. There is no doubt on that. Track record, I have already seen hedge fund managers, 26 years old hedge fund managers, 40 million in investment management. He had only 2 months track record when he launched his own hedge fund. Okay, and he raised more capital than a veteran with 25 years of track record. So track record, it can actually be negotiable if you understand how you can position and present your own self. But what you need to understand is the next. Instantial instructor capital raising system. You need to have that in the place. So the 26 years old who has already raised 40 million in short time, he understand how he can build a business, not a portfolio management business. So he had this in the place, in essential instructor capital raising system. He understand that. If you want to understand how you can build that in more details, you can do some research. If you haven't got any clear answer, you can send us a message or send me a DM on Instagram, and I would be happy to help. At the same time, re-ups with proven scalable cycles, which is that's exactly what it will actually get you to increase the revenue. Okay, so how would you have a cycle to increase the re-ups constantly? Re-ups, what that mean? If you have an existing client today and you want to get them to do the re-ups, to stay in your own hedge fund and to get more refills from them, and maybe to increase the investment that they have already invested with your own hedge fund. That's exactly where you can actually use your own proven scalable cycles or proven templates or copies of emails that you have already used before to increase the re-ups. You can use that to increase the re-ups from the same existing clients. So you need to crack these two, okay, in order to have a scalable hedge fund to raise not only your own first 10 million, but to rise up to 1 billion and beyond. You need to crack these two, okay? If you have track record, a long one, okay, and the compliance and the legal work on points, but you haven't cracked these two, you will stay where the 97% of the hedge fund managers currently at, which is the completely nowhere. So you need to understand how you can crack this too. And you can't learn everything by your own self. Let's be clear. How many years it took you to master trading? I'm assuming over 7 years, correct, to become profitable and to actually make real money. So if you want to learn that by your own self, it will take you 7 other years. Would you actually take the bet on that? If not, so you will actually ask for help. I'm not right now telling you to ask for help from our own side. If you would, it's up to you. If you don't, it's up to you at the same time. But I am telling you how the business model it works. And if you want to do the same mistake as the others they are doing, you can absolutely do that. 98 of the humans, they will just keep doing what they have already done before, and they will keep maintaining the same exact thing. So there is nothing wrong on that except your own mindset. So it's up to you. In the end of the journey, it's your own business model and your own success and your own dreams and your own goals. But now, let's get back to the third stage that you need to understand. So now maybe you are telling me, Ziad, all right, now I have already got everything that you have already mentioned to me, but how the capital rising, it works. So how the cycle, it works. So here is it. Prospects, family offices, high net worth individuals or ultra high net worth individuals, funds of funds. Okay, that's what you have for prospects. That's what you have for target audience. As a full-time trader, I'm introducing you to what you will actually have for prospects of your own target audience. So you will understand the segmentation side. Now, let's say that you have already gained full understanding of your own segmentation. Okay, and I will tell you if you are in early stage what you would do. So just wait, all right? You will get some. The pipeline nurture, okay? So calls, intro decks, updates. So that's how you can nurture the prospects, correct? You will do calls with them, discovery calls. You will have a second call if you got the interest from their own side. And if you can close them on the third call or in the DMs or in the emails, it would absolutely be very helpful. But most of the time, most of the hedge fund managers, they keep getting into the same cycle of going nowhere. They're getting into the first meeting, but they got no other meeting. And they are waiting to get the second side of the second party to get back to him, which it will never happen, okay? Because you need them more than they need you. So it will never happen. So what you need to do, basically, and almostly, is to actually get back to them and make sure that the first impression, when you have the first call with them, you will present your own self in a very lucrative way. And you will understand how you can speak, communicate, how you can present your own self, and how you can handle the unspoken objections, the external, the internal objections before they will start to actually leave them up to their own committee after the calls. So that's what you need to understand to do from the first call, and how you will actually gain more understanding on that. If you would like to, you can send a DM on my Instagram so I can see if you can actually get into our own operation and to understand where you are today in your own current stage. But now let's get back into the main theme. Now you understand who would be your own target audience, pipeline nurture. So now you understand something on that. And then the allocation. So that's where the money, it has to be wired. It has to be sent. So that's where the money, it has already been sent or it has already been invested. So that's the process. Okay, that's exactly how the process it works. More complex than what I have already explained to you, but that's exactly how it works, correct? So now, maybe you are wondering right now how I would rise the first 10 million as a full-time trader who looking to do the shift to the hedge fund industry. All right, I will tell you right away. So first of all, from 0 to the first 1 milli, you can take that from friends, family, seed. Okay, you can just, if you have a strategy and they have already seen that, okay, you are making money, they would be interested to invest into you. Okay, let's be real. Okay, if you are not making money with your own strategy, so you will not watch this video at all. Okay, and you will not spend my own time, your own time. But if you are making money with your own strategy, your own family, they will be interested to invest into you. So that's the reality. Okay, then from the first 1 milli to the 5 milli to 5 million, what you would do? You will go to some small family offices and high net worth individuals. That's what you would do, okay? And from 5 to 10 million, emerging allocator mandates. So that's where you will start to get into the next stage, okay? So how you would actually be connected to all of these prospects? Maybe that's what you are wondering about. And how you would present your own self to them without being a chaser or a salesy, or without being like, all right, I need you, or like you have like an urgent want to get the money from them right now, right away. we can help you with that if you have already the structure, if you have the strategy, and you understand what you are talking about. After we have already talked with you on a discovery call, after we have already seen what you are doing and what you are currently looking to do for the first or the next steps. So what you can do from here is just take a screenshot if you would like to of what I have already mentioned to you right here. Understand this deeply and understand that in order to get to where you want to get up to, then you need to understand the biggest mistakes in the hedge fund industry that everyone actually going into, and they are spending their unlimited lifetime into these cycles. If you only avoid these cycles of going nowhere, you will actually be ahead everyone else, and you will actually become one of the instinctual players in the hedge fund industry, which is the 2%. And if you would like to understand that, then here is it. Why most traders can't raise their first 10 million in the management, and what kills 97% of the full-time traders. Not only of the full-time traders, but 98% of the hedge fund managers, because most of them, they are only portfolio managers and they can't actually get to the next stage. So I will tell you right away. So here are the biggest mistakes that you need to understand. You can also take a screenshot of them because they will help you a lot if you just adapt this mindset and understand that each one, it will take you and it will consume you a lot of years of your own limit lifetime. Not only years of your own limit lifetime, but money and errors and failures and feelings of going nowhere. Spending years perfecting an intro deck instead of pipeline. This is the first one. It's a big one. I've already seen hedge fund managers like with 20, 30 million in the management, and they have been at the same stage for over 5 years because they are keep getting into the same mistake of going nowhere. They keep blaming the intro decks, or the materials, or the timing, or the market, or like the condition, or what it happened for them before, or what it happened for their own team. So they are keep blaming anyone that they can actually blame on, because they will feel like a way better of going nowhere. Chasing big allocators too early. So if you are doing this mistake, you will absolutely go nowhere. Okay, so don't chase big allocators too early. They will not be interested to talk with you, to invest with you, or to have a chat with you. Thinking performance alone will get them founded and then just waiting to be discovered. So that's a big one. I mean, most of them, they're actually waiting for the investors to come to their own side and knock on their own doors and to invest like 1 million to their own hedge fund. That will never happen. Okay, it will never happen. It will never happen. Even if you have the best performance today, and AI can generate higher performance than you today. So it's not about the performance anymore. It's more about like the instinctual positionings that you can actually gain and create and establish. So the second one, losing passion for the game and staying stuck in the trader's mindset instead of upgrading to the hedge fund manager's mindset. So that's a big one, okay? Because you have already entered the industry and you see like, all right, there is too many things right here to take care on or to handle. I will not do that. I will keep doing what I am doing, which is day-to-day trading, okay? And that's where the most of the hedge fund managers or full-time traders, they actually get stuck of nowhere, okay? So that's a big one. Exactly. So you have no instructor. Okay, most of them, they have no instructor and they lose credibility. Okay, so it could be like they are doing the portfolio management, they are doing the investor relations, they are raising capital, they are doing everything, they're trying to increase their re-ups, they're trying to do everything from their own current stage, they're trying to do the follow-up, the intro decks, everything. And when you have a meeting with LBS, our investor, our ultra high net worth individuals that they have already been in the industry for a long time, so they understand directly, all right, who they are operating with or who they are talking with. And if you are one of them, directly they will smell that on you and they will directly not be interested to take anything further, and they will just go silent from the first call, after the first call. So if you have already got the first call, trying to do everything by themselves instead of learning from those who have already done it, or being open to partnering up with others. So if you are trying to be like, as I have already mentioned to you, if you are trying to be the portfolio manager, the trader, the marketer, the brand builder, the investor relation guy, everything in your own hedge fund, so you will go nowhere. Because right now you are too greedy to share the cake that you are trying to build that you haven't even built yet. So why would you let your own strategy to go nowhere because you just want to do everything by your own, because you are thinking that you are too smart or you have like a big ego and you can't do everything in theirs? And absolutely you are not. So don't think about that anymore, because I have already seen hedge fund managers, I mean, in their own 50s today, and they are doing everything right now. They have already spent their own limited lifetime to rise like 20, 30 million, and they are in their own 50s and they are depressed and they are feeling like they are down. Especially when they are comparing their own selves with hedge fund managers in their own 20s, in early 20s, they are actually making huge money in the hedge fund industry, and they have already started their own hedge fund like 1-2 years ago with like 2 months track record, and they are doing crazy money, as they have already mentioned to me on the sales calls. Realizing it's more complex than they thought. So that's a big one. You will discover that now or later on, that what you have already discovered right here in the hedge fund industry, or what you are trying to build right here, is absolutely a big one. Is absolutely a big one. And major obstacles that you need to face and overcome in order to become a hedge fund manager. And most of them they don't. Most of them they don't. Or they can't. They can't. And because of that, they just want to stay in trading and just being like day-to-day trader, especially if you are making good money doing that. So why would you actually do something else that would be actually more complex? It will make you more money for sure, but it will be more complex than what you have already expected. So that's the biggest mistakes that you would face now or later on when you are entering the hedge fund industry as a full-time trader. And if you only overcome all of them, so you will join the 2% of the hedge fund managers that they actually rise over 1 billion in assets under management, and they actually going to where they want to get up to. More than that, if you would like to build your own hedge fund or raise the capital for your own hedge fund or scale up your own hedge fund, if you have already a hedge fund that you have already built and established it, and you're looking to scale up to over 1 billion in assets under management, if you're looking to scale up aggressively, massively, and constantly, and if you want to understand what the gap, what's going on, how I can actually scale up in shortest time frame that could ever be possible, then send me a DM into my own Instagram, and I would be happy to take a look.